And I assure you, Mr. Chairman, the NNPC Limited and our board of directors and our shareholders are faithful, loyal to this country. We do not lie to this country. And we do nothing to sabotage the economic interests of this country. As a matter of fact, NNPC is the economic interest of this country. And we understand this very, very perfectly. Just also by the provisions of the law, and also, and I can share this with you, for me and my colleagues in the NNPC, even by conviction of faith, Mr. Chairman, we will do nothing. We believe there is eternal accountability, Mr. Chairman. Even if you don't unravel what is happening, we know that God knows. And that God will hold us accountable. And we're after no one. We are persecuting nobody. We are not criminals. We are not thieves. We are serving our country, and we believe very, very strongly that we're faithful, loyal to this country.
Can you imagine that? That is Mele Kyari's NNPC Group CEO telling you that even if you cannot unravel what is going on at the NNPC, he and his colleagues, they are pastors. They believe that God will judge them. And so they can't steal anything. They're not thieves. They can't sabotage anything. Can you imagine that? You know, for me, it's the arrogance. You know, he just sent very subtle messages to the Senate committee there. Very subtle message. He says, even if you cannot unravel what is going on at the NNPC. And then he goes on to take advantage of the religious sentiments of Nigerians. He's telling you that him, Mele Kyari, and his colleagues at NNPC, they are pastors and they are imams. They have religious convictions. They believe in eternal judgment. They know that God will judge them. And because of that, they cannot steal. They cannot sabotage. What a joke. What a joke. You see, Nigerians, we don't understand the severity of the things that are happening to us as a country because of the NNPC. The activities of the NNPC puts us in great jeopardy, but we don't know. I said it before, I'll say it again. NNPC is like a sovereign state, a sovereign country. It's a country on its own. CBN governor does not know what happens inside NNPC. Minister of Finance, in fact, all the ministers, do not know what happens inside NNPC. EFCC, in fact, I dare even say DSS, does not know what goes on inside NNPC. And there you now have Senate committee that have no executive power, only oversight. Oversight to look over. Is it not what they show you that you will see? Senate committee now wants to unravel what again? Unravel what? He was passing subtle judgment, subtle statements to the committee. That come, look, oh, you cannot unravel anything here. And he takes his arrogance to the next level by saying, oh, the next hearing you are going to have, we want it to be televised so that the whole of Nigerians will see it. Because he is confident that even if you like, go and bring CNN, add it on top of NTA and put, which one now? Al Jazeera. Gather all of them on top of Arise and channels. In fact, put TVC in the mix. All of them, gather them. Ask them all the questions you want to ask. It is what he, Mele Kyari, Group CEO of NNPCL, tells you that you will know. You cannot unravel anything. It is only people who know the inner workings of the NNPC that can put Mele Kyari on his toes. He knows this and he's telling you, he's challenging you. So what are you going to do, Senate committee? It's not like you have no idea, though, what goes on in the NNPC. You may not be able to place your finger on it, but I know that the Senate committee has an idea, particularly when it comes to certain things. As regards subsidy, for instance. I know you have an idea because you have called the oil marketers to a committee hearing before, and you asked them, how much did you receive for fuel subsidy? And one by one, they told you. This was in the 9th Senate, 9th NAS. They told you one by one, we did not collect any fuel subsidy payment. We only participated in lifting crude according to the DSDP arrangement. Direct sale, direct purchase. They told you, so you have an idea. And because of your oversight functions, you have access to the contract agreement of NNPC with the refineries. So you know, if you have cared to study that document, that NNPC does not pay a dime, whether in dollar or in naira, in cash, to get refined petrol product into the country. You know that much. I'm sure you do. And I'm sure you know also that NNPC goes into joint venture arrangements with international oil companies. You know that much. And the international oil companies, as they are part of the JV partnership, extract the crude oil from the ground with their technologies. They own the oil rigs, the wellheads, even the metering. And then when they get the crude oil out of the ground, they simply hand it over to NNPC. They take their share based on agreed percentages. They take their share of the crude oil as payments. So even to extract the crude oil from the ground, NNPC does not pay for it in cash. And I know you, senators, you know this to be true. And the DSDP part, all the costs from FOB Nigerian loading terminals, they are borne by the refineries. And those costs are factored into the refined petrol product that the refineries give back in exchange for the crude oil that NNPC gives them. So from extraction to loading and sending to refinery and the bringing back of the refined petrol product, NNPC does not pay cash for anything. I know that you know that much, senators, or you don't know. But you see, beyond that, I'm not sure you know that NNPC has the capacity, and they do, from time to time, sell Nigeria's crude oil in the international black market off OPEC. They do. They do. And many times, even the quota they send or they sell on OPEC platform is underreported. And how can you know? You can't know. Because all of these transactions happen outside of Nigeria's financial system. It happens outside of Nigeria's banking system. And because the PIA has enabled NNPC and given it the power to decide what to do or what not to do with our crude oil, there's no way for us to track it. There's no way for anybody to know. The only person that has capacity to know is the president. And even at that, because of his age and because of his level of understanding of the inner workings of the oil and gas sector in Nigeria, I am sure that they can give him the runaround. They can bobo him, and he still won't be able to get to the bottom of certain issues. This is what informs the arrogance of Mele Kyari. And then he sprinkles icing on the cake and tells us, we are pastors and imams, my colleagues and I. We believe in God. Even if you cannot unravel what goes on in the NNPC, oh, we know that God will judge us now. But you cannot unravel what happens at the NNPC. We have been doing this since 2016. God has not punished us. I mean, we're living the best lives. Private jets, houses abroad, within Nigeria, drive the latest cars. Life is good for us. I mean, God cannot punish us now. If he could, he would have punished us before now. And since we're enjoying life, he cannot punish us. But I know that you Nigerians, you like to believe in God. You trust him for everything. The things that you're supposed to look to your government to do for you, you look to God instead. So since you believe in God so much, let me also empathize with you. I know there's nothing you can do. You can't unravel anything. Let me empathize with you. Let me make you feel happy. Let me massage your ego small. You see, me, Mele Kyari, me and my colleagues, we also believe in God. In fact, we are pastors and imams. Quote and unquote. We cannot steal your money. How much is the money? What arrogance. Fellow Nigerians, open your eyes. There are a lot of things that is said here that will fly under the radar that many people will not pick. But people like us, we will always pick them. We will pick them. They can't go unnoticed. One thing the Senate committee should focus on is the fact that NNPC should come and tell us, do they ever sell Nigeria's crude oil on the international black market? Do they ever do that? Do they completely and accurately declare what they sell on the OPEC platform and what they sell off the OPEC platform? Do they? These are questions. These are questions. And it's for Nigerians to ask. All of us must ask these questions. Because you see, all these abracadabra they are doing right in front of us, it's a show. It's targeted at one thing. The fuel subsidy that they denied has returned. The fuel subsidy they said was gone. And because of it, they increased your pump price to 700 naira per litre now. That fuel subsidy that they said has come back, that they refused to accept, but they have now come to accept. It's only for one reason. They want to jack up the price once again to between 1,500 and 1,800 naira per litre. So, if you don't speak up now, we shall forever hold our peace. Is that not what we have been experiencing? They removed fuel subsidy. We refused to speak up. And we held our peace. It will be better. This Tinubu administration will be good for me. It will favor me. How far? Some people will come and say, oh, don't worry. We know that's a problem. But you see, just enjoy yourself. Laugh a little and forget your sorrows. How far? How many of you have laughed and have forgotten your sorrows and your problems have been solved? Please, if you have been able to do that, you have laughed and you have forgotten your sorrows successfully. You laughed and your landlord forgot your rent. He's not asking you anymore. You laughed and your children's school fees, the school decided not to ask anymore. You laughed and you forgot that you were hungry. And in fact, you went to the market, you laughed, and then they gave you food for free. Those of you who have been able to do that, laugh and forget your sorrows, please show me the way. I need help in that regard. What a joke. You can't laugh and forget this sorrow. You cannot wish it away. You cannot go to the bar and drink one bottle of two and say tomorrow will take care of itself. You and I have a responsibility to hold these leaders accountable. And it doesn't matter how long it takes. I have resolved. I will continue to speak. What about you?